Welcome to the land of long-lived play, where greatness is always waiting. Welcome to the PlayStation experience. It is I, your boy, Daddy to Dev, as always, and today I'm joined only by the Secretary of the Spoil, the Platinum Princess herself, Miss Haley Nicole Miller. How are you this morning?
Tired. I'll explain why later, but sad that Delvin's not here.
Yes, unfortunately, Delvin was forced by his daughter to take him to Michael's, and shenanigans ensued, and he lost a tire. So he's out trying to rectify that situation this morning. So he will not be joining us unless he decides to show up super late, which I don't see him doing.
I don't either.
Yeah, he won't be here. It's just the two of us. So let's just get right into it. So how was your week?
My week was all right. I was supposed to go because obviously, like, I missed a bunch of training time after getting sick from the second COVID shot or whatnot. So I was supposed to go back to work on Friday, but they called me on Friday. It's like, nah, you go back on Tuesday now, because I guess Monday, well, like here, Monday's a civic holiday, and I guess.
What is the civic holiday?
So it's like a bank holiday, but not like a country or province wide holiday. So like my job deals with banks, although it's not a civic holiday in the States, so I don't understand why they wouldn't bring me back, but whatever, I'll take the extra day.
Yeah.
So I go back Tuesday now.
Okay.
It unfortunately means I'll be working Friday when I'd already paid for movie tickets. It's all right. I was able to cancel them and get the money back, and now I'm just waiting to see what the schedule will be for that week so I can go see the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm now up to season 8 on The Walking Dead.
How many seasons are there of that show?
Of the main show, there's 10, and 11 starts airing in 3 weeks, but they're shorter seasons until you get to season 10. So like season 1 is 6 episodes, season 2 is 13, and then season 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all 16 episodes. And then once season 10 and 11 are both 10 is finished, but like it just came to Netflix here. 10 is 22 episodes, and 11 will be as well. But 11 is the final season. So,
surprised they ended up doing the 22 episode seasons later in the end. I always thought I thought they would have done that in the beginning.
So because of the pandemic, it worked out. They actually were just gonna do like some character based like solo episodes, anyways. But they just worked them into season 10. So, like, there's an episode in season 10 titled Here's Negan, which is literally, like, based on the spin-off comic book thing, which is, like, it's set after the events of the comics, as far as I understand it. I haven't read it. But it essentially, like, details, like, it's essentially based off of Negan Lives or whatever, which is a solo comic thing that happened after the events of the main comic line. Anyways, originally, when I first started watching The Walking Dead, I stopped watching when they killed Glenn in season 7. Also, I don't feel bad for spoiling that because I think we discussed this last week. I'm the only one that cares about it. But now I'm up to season 8, which follows one of my favorite arcs from the comics, which is All Out War. So, which is pretty nice. It's very interesting. I totally forgot that Stephen Ogg shows up in season 6. For anyone who's not familiar, Stephen Ogg plays Trevor in Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, he's in Walking Dead, huh?
Yeah. And he's just as crazy in The Walking Dead as he is as Trevor.
Nice.
So that was a shock to the system. And then today, I'll get to what games I played in a minute. But today, in the time that I could have been sleeping, I have listened to the monthly Patreon exclusive Fast and Loose Internet Talk Show from Easy Allies, which was a great thing to listen to at 1 a.m. in the morning. I was laughing my ass off. What else? I went to Walmart and came back. I reached level 440 in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I will detail in a second because the way they've added post launch levels to that game is fucking weird. What else? Oh, right. I caught up on John Oliver because I was on like last week tonight because I was a little behind, and then they went on break, right? So I was like an episode or two behind. So, okay. But yeah, all I played this week so far is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. They added the Sigurblot Festival. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. They finally added one-handed swords to the game.
There were no one-handed swords. Everything was two-handed, really?
Two-handed swords, two-handed axes. There were one-handed axes, one-handed hammers, and then spears and like flails. But they added one-handed swords now. Well, only one, but and then you get more with the Siege of Paris DLC, which comes out in a week and a half here. Plus, they're adding a second new weapon with Siege of Paris, which is scythes.
Wow, they are really doubling and tripling down on Valhalla. Just so much daggone content.
I mean, to be fair, this was one of the original planned like launch DLCs. This is not an extra DLC. This is one of the original plans. They're still adding more. Here's my thing, though. So y'all might remember that I was bitching about a trophy in this game called Overdesign 2, which required you to defeat 2 shield bearer enemies that were like 40 levels higher than you, at least, while on fire without breaking their shields. Fuck that trophy. Fuck whoever designed it. However, with this update to the game, not only did they add more levels, like more power level to the game, they added level scaling. So there are 5 options for it, and I have on the option where enemies always level with you because that makes the game at least more of a challenge. But then they negated that challenge by adding a skill to the game that literally after like 5 seconds of not being hit by an enemy, you passively regenerate your health, and you haven't been able to do that since the game launched. But they literally added that ability now.
Wow.
So there's that. But also, so originally, the first time they added levels after launch, they went to 409. Then they went to 427. Then they went to 430. They added 3 after that. They added 36 new power levels with this update. So now the max level in Valhalla is 466.
That's so weird.
I'm just like, why are you leveling your game like this? I don't know. The festival added a bunch, like one-handed sword, a bunch of new tattoos, and a cool new bird skin, but I'll stick with the flaming bird skin I have. Also, my entire build is now built around regaining health, which is just fun because the Gothic Armor's perk is return 20% health after kill. So literally I just don't die.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's always nice to have the no death build. I still have yet to play anything more than the first 15 minutes of this game.
That's all right.
Yeah. There's just too much game there. I don't even want to bother. It's just too big.
Oh, also, you might notice I'm not drinking soda this morning.
Oh, look at you. Tea.
No, it's iced tea, not tea. There's a difference.
No.
There's a huge difference. I do not like brewed iced tea. I like sweetened iced tea.
So soda.
No, it's brisk. I
know it. I know.
Yeah.
I drink the Arizona iced teas myself. Like that's
So
the
do
ice
I.
that I like.
Also, oh right, hi! I found my Arizona iced tea.
Hey, you found your giant jug of tea.
Yeah, I got three. I got three. I've got one in my fridge and two sitting on top of my bench freezer. Like I don't know what to call it. Like the big box freezer that's
Yeah.
not part of the fridge. I've got
Hmm.
two sitting on top of that and one in the fridge. So
Nice.
hey,
It does exist. Awesome. Well, my week has been uneventful to say the least. Uh, just getting ready to get these kids back into school. This Delta variant is throwing a lot of monkey wrenches into stuff.
hey,
Right now, the mask mandate it stays for us, so like all the kids are have to be masked in schools. Same with the teachers or whatnot. So, thank God for that.
I was just gonna say, at least you're not in Florida, where the governor literally said he is going to sign an executive order allowing
I
parents to
just
ignore mask mandates from schools. And I'm like, do you just want children to die, or
I just don't understand the logic behind that at all. When you're having the largest daily numbers you've had since the beginning of the pandemic, you all of a sudden decide, we'll just roll the dice. We don't need to worry about mass or anything, even though we're the epicenter of the daggone thing at this point. I don't understand the logic there at
also
all.
fun fact on Ron DeSantis's website, he's selling T-shirts that say "Don't Fauci my Florida."
I just I don't understand why we want to play with lives. It's like
I mean, yeah, I don't
I see
either.
all of these stats where they're like, oh, it's 98.9%. Like it's such a small number, but 98.9% of millions is still a huge number of lives that are lost. And you just want to play with that. It's like we almost have no regard for human life. Those lives just don't matter because it's a small percentage. It's
I
just
mean,
like it can be avoided.
over 500 million people have died.
Yeah, it can be avoided. Like it's not like people are being asked to do something so difficult. Wearing a mask is not that hard if it's, going to save lives. It shouldn't be that difficult. I don't understand it at all. I mean, we've had record lows of people being sick, record lows of the flu because people are wearing masks.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you'd be like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. Don't tread on me. Don't take away my freedoms. Like,
Also,
it's dumb.
how is wearing a little piece of cloth over your mouth taking away your freedoms? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get it. Um, but other than that, getting the kids ready for school. They had soccer games, and that's been fun. Just watching them try to figure that out. My daughter played goalie all day yesterday. Took a ball to the stomach and just kind of toughed it out, and then got lots of stops at goalie. Got the little like player of the game type of word or whatnot that we actually get to display in our lawn. It's pretty cool. So that's been that. Game wise, all I played was I finished Death's Door. 100% of that game. So I went and got everything. Love that game. The story is just so cute and touching and way more than I thought it was going to be. I love the gameplay. I just love that game. It
Does
is my
that
game of the year so far. It's
does that
fantastic.
does that include that you got all the achievements? Because there's an
No,
achievement that I saw
no.
that I
There's like
thought was
four that I didn't get.
there's like it's really funny, and I don't know if it's an actual reference, but seems like a reference to the Umbrella Academy, um, where you beat the game with an umbrella as your weapon.
I have no idea if that is a reference to the Umbrella Academy, but yeah, you get an umbrella very early in the game. Like first thing you find is an
Yeah.
umbrella. So yeah, you can go through and beat the game with an umbrella. But
I
I'm not doing that.
I know that the achievement's titled Academy of Umbrellas, so that's why I'm
Uh,
like I'm not sure if that's I don't know if that's a an Umbrella Academy reference or not, but yeah.
I have no idea. But yeah, I beat that 100% of it. Love that game, and I've been kind of figuring. I don't know what the hell I want to play at this point. So I started playing Streets of Rage, the Mr. X DLC, and Shiva is ridiculously overpowered. He is stupid powerful. Um, I went through and did the survival mode, the boss rush. Uh, I basically S tiered the entire game on normal with him, just because he's stupidly overpowered. A lot of his attacks stun, and then he's super fast with his attacks. So it's like you can just run through and like almost not get touched. So the survival mode, there's two trophies, one for getting to level 18 and then one for getting to level 30. I did that with no problem with him because again, he's a cheater. He is just ridiculously overpowered. He's a lot of fun to play with because his moves also like just it's just nice. So went through and pretty much just beat everything with him. Unlocked a gang of the characters, like all the Streets of Rage 1 characters, all the Streets of Rage 2 characters, and I think one of the Streets of Rage 3 characters. But just having a lot of fun while trying to just playing that game, trying to figure out what I want to play next because I don't know that I kind of want to play Final Fantasy the expansion, the FE DLC, but I just I don't know if I'm in the mood for something like that at this point. So
I
I've
mean,
just been putting it
yeah.
off.
Do
Like
you want do you want to play that close to Ghost of Tsushima's expansion?
it has nothing to do with that. It's just more of the like I don't know if I want to play that right now. Like just not quite in the mood for that type of game. So probably not. I'm just probably
I
just
uh
gonna not play a whole lot until the Ghost of Tsushima expansion.
I also did just pre-order Hades as well, so
Yeah, I don't think I have any interest in playing Hades to be perfectly honest.
because that comes out next Friday. So not
Yeah, I
like
don't think I'll be touching
obviously
it.
obviously we're recording this on a Sunday for listeners, so not this upcoming Friday, but the 13th.
Yeah, I just everybody says it's a great game. I've barely seen anything on it. Like I really haven't paid it much attention. I'm not a huge fan of the roguelike games, so I just don't know if I have any real desire to play Hades. Um, so I probably won't, to be perfectly honest.
I've liked Dead Cells. What I played of Returnal has been pretty good, but again, I don't know that I'm going to stick with Returnal at this current time because Hades comes out, and I'm much more a fan of the Greek mythology aspect of Hades than I am of the alien planetoid type thing, a roguelike.
Yeah,
Even
I
though
think I'm way more into the aliens aesthetic of Returnal than I am Hades. But I stopped playing Returnal a while back for I forgot what I played instead. And I just have yet to go back to it. But I'll get back to it eventually. Probably December or something when there's nothing that I want to play. So, yeah. I got Ghosts coming out and then nothing again until September, where I probably will pick up Fist, Forged and Shadow Touched, or whatever the hell it's called, because that looks cool.
what
And
about
then
Death?
Deathloop.
Yeah, I've got so Kina just got delayed,
Mm-hmm.
so that's delayed till September now. So Kina might have to wait because in the span of like from Hades onward, there's Life is Strange True Colors, Deathloop, and then the Life is Strange Remastered collection on the 30th. And then Far Cry 6 on the 7th of October. So
Yeah. Kena definitely won't be waiting for me. I'll be playing that, and then nothing until Metroid Dread. Far Cry is gonna have to wait because it comes out the day before Metroid, and Metroid is life. So
I don't I
that
don't
will be waiting.
I don't have access to that anymore, unfortunately.
Metroid is so good. I'm so glad we get a 2D Metroid this year. It's just fantastic.
So, but
But
also
yeah.
I've never played a Metroid game ever. The only thing I know about Metroid is Samus, and she's great. But also that like I've only ever played Smash Bros with Samus in the Zero suit. So,
Hmm.
but
Wow.
I've never played an actual Metroid game.
They are fun. If you like the Castlevania Metroid type, 2D giant map type thing. If you like those types of games, they're a lot of fun. All right, well, we have a lot of questions. So let's just jump right into them. So Cozy Cryptic Pod, he wants to know how we feel if they brought back the PSP. I personally wouldn't care.
I don't care.
Yeah, I am not a handheld guy. I'd rather see them bring back the Vita if they're gonna do anything. Like give the Vita some new life, but even with that, I probably wouldn't get one.
I mean, even if they were gonna bring the Vita back, like PlayStation's tried their hand in the mobile market twice and decided it wasn't worth it for them. Much as people love the Vita, and like I'm not mocking the Vita, but like they just killed support for the store the other day, and I noticed that their last game they came out or whatever has broken trophies, and because you can't QA on the Vita anymore, no patches for it. So that list is going to remain broken forever.
Yeah, yeah. I have no feelings one way or the other. They brought it back, cool. I wouldn't get one. If they don't, I don't care. No, doesn't matter to me. I had a Vita or I had a PSP and barely played it, so no big deal. Gamers Watch Crew asks, what Xbox IP would you like to see on PlayStation?
Before we answer, Dev blew a tire, so Delvin blew a tire, so he can't be here this morning. But thanks for being concerned about him, the Winter Gamer. Sorry, hold on. I'm just double checking what the question is.
It was just saying, what Xbox IP would you like to see on PlayStation?
I've answered this before, and it's always going to be Fable. So,
yeah, for me, if anything, I guess maybe Halo. I guess I don't really have any ties to anything on Xbox.
Oh no!
How does he blow it? He blew it last night.
Yeah, going to Michael's
or coming home from Michael's.
Yeah,
it's his daughter's fault.
On the topic of Halo, I loved the clip that Mitch Dyer posted where he tried to do an assassination and the guy just went flying.
Did not see that.
I posted in the Xbox room in the Discord, but it was really funny. He literally just sneaks up behind the guy, tries to literally assassinate them, and as soon as his elbow makes contact with the guy, the dude just went right into the wall.
That's awesome. But yeah, I think that'd be the only one. Maybe Gears, maybe not. Yeah, I don't really have any affinity for any Xbox franchises because I've only owned one Xbox and never played it. Yeah, the original Gears, like when they had their first trailer for the game, like that really like made me want to play it, but I just never got around to it. When I finally did play the original Gears, I was just like, oh my god, this is a clunky mess. I can't play this. So I guess Halo would probably be my answer.
I mean, so I love Gears, but my first time playing Gears was the remastered version of Gears 1.
Yeah.
And then, like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, it's dated, obviously, but, like, it's an alright game. And as the story goes along, Gears gets better. But the gameplay kind of stays the same, which I don't really have a problem with. Like, but if I'm being asked what IP I specifically want on PlayStation, I'm gonna go with Fable because I love Fable 2 like a lot. Like, I know people like criticize Peter Molyneux for decisions for that game, which, you know what, that's valid. But like Fable 2, I was interested in Fable the first one, but they didn't let you play as a girl, so I didn't play Fable 1. Fable 2 though, they let you play as a girl, and that game is awesome. So.
Yeah, I never played any of the Fables. I think the first Fable kind of maybe I was kind of interested, but just never played it. So I'm surprised you didn't say Sunset Overdrive.
Again, Sony owns the IP. They can put it on PlayStation anytime they want. So
it belongs to Xbox as far as I'm concerned. It's not on a Sony system.
I mean, it's not on a Sony system right now, but if Sony wants it on a Sony system, they can get it there because they own the IP. So
yeah, never gonna happen. Just like Cole, it's dead.
Fuck you.
Our next question comes from Mike Fowler 93. He wants to know, when will Delvin let him cash in the IOU he owes to play Fortnite with him and Chaffee? The answer to that is probably never.
Also, I don't know. I don't know how we're supposed to answer this question without Delvin himself here.
Oh, we're not able to really answer it. I'm just gonna surmise that it's gonna be never. Because if he ain't did it now, he He ain't never gonna play no Fortnite with y'all online, so y'all you could probably just forget about it. Sorry, Mike. Sorry. Next question comes from the Almighty Ray. He says, "I got a PS5. What now?"
That depends. What are you into?
Yeah.
Like, what made you? Well, like obviously exclusives probably, but like you got your hands on a PS5. What do you want to play? There's plenty. All of your PS4 games carry over. Plus, Ratchet just came out. Returnal came out. Demon Souls, Miles Morales. If you bought the Ultimate Edition of Miles Morales, you got Spider-Man Remastered. There's plenty.
I'm
I don't
gonna
know.
keep it real simple. Play some video games.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what.
Roll credits because we used the podcast network name.
Next question. Hopper 2400 says, this is a big one. PlayStation announces its own kart racer. Who needs to be on the roster, and what's their kart? Yeah. It's,
I'm gonna go with the trend here. Also, this is gonna shock you, Abby, and her cart is a golf cart.
Why a golf cart?
Because she beats. You know, I'm not gonna spoil The Last of Us 2 for anyone who hasn't played it, but you know why the golf cart. However,
I don't know why the golf cart. I don't remember. She's on a golf cart?
No.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah,
I got you.
There you go. Just to piss people off who hate Abby for being like muscular.
Abby?
No. You can hate Abby for being Abby, but you can't hate Abby for being a muscular woman because literally, like, that's a thing.
I mean, people can hate Abby for whatever reason they want to hate Abby. They shouldn't, but they can. They have the ability to. You can do whatever you want.
You know my issues. You know my issues with Abby do not stem from the fact that she killed a certain character, or that she's, you know.
I love Abby. She was awesome.
Period. I know you do, but also, like, I don't know who else is gonna have a cart. The last time they did a kart racer, it was like Jack X Racing.
Yeah. So I'm saying, like, you just pick characters and give them a cart. Like, Nathan Drake can have a motorcycle, you know? We can throw Jin and he'll have a horse, but it'll be like the carousel horse because, you know, horses don't drive. So it'll just be a horse on wheels or something. Alloy can ride a and one of the horses from, what the fuck were they called? The Mecha Strider or something. I don't remember, but she can ride a robot dinosaur for her cart.
Yeah, okay. I don't.
Ratchet can ride Clank.
I mean, technically he could. Clank can shape himself into a bunch of different things that some of them don't make sense.
Yeah.
With the size of his body, how does like Clank become like a? I'm talking 2016 here, but like he becomes like this huge thing that doesn't make sense with the size of Clank. He becomes like a jetpack thing, and it's just like, how did you grow 3 times like your size?
Video game.
I know, but it's still funny to think about. I don't know, like any of the Last of Us characters in barned out, destroyed vehicles would work. Yeah, because there's like not really any vehicles alive left in that world.
Astrobot can hop into a suit and just be a little zip-up car.
Sure, I don't know. Put Sackboy in a sock with wheels on it.
That's a perfect thing for him. Yeah.
Kratos is in the boat, and Atreus is just running behind it, pushing. I don't know. Like, I can't think of a vehicle that would suit Kratos, and they spend most of their time talking in the PS4 God of War in a boat. So, like, I guess that makes sense.
That's perfect. With Mimir talking or telling stories the entire time. Yeah. So there you go. We've made a kart racer with a bunch of nonsensical carts. Perfect. All right. Moving right along. Our next question from Hollywood Bones. He says, so we have another reported, not confirmed delay with Horizon Zero Dawn. which we'll talk about a little later in the show. He says it seems that all of these big anticipated games are getting delays. When does it stop? When do you think we hear a game's release date that we can trust that a date is a firm date? And do you guys even care? And are all of these delays detrimental to the trust within the gaming industry?
So first off, I'd like to add that he did not say reported but not confirmed.
I
You
know, I
added
put that in
that.
there.
You
Damn
added
straight.
that. I just
Damn
want to make
straight.
sure we read your comment as it was. He added that.
I added that. Mhm.
So
Damn straight.
um I don't know.
A lot to unpack there. A lot to unpack there.
Yeah. So here's the thing. We kind of knew this was a possibility. Like they said they
It's
were on
not we
track.
kind of knew. We knew this was a possibility. It wasn't a kind of. He said we're shooting for 2021, but we're not sure.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
we knew this was a. We knew. So it shouldn't come as a real shock to anybody. It's one of those like
No.
under promise, over deliver type deals where it's like, yeah, we're shooting for this, but if it doesn't happen, we tried. So
Yeah. Of course, the gamers TM are big mad and feel
yeah.
like they've been lied to, and I don't understand why. More on that later because there's another thing they feel lied to about, and I don't understand that either. But um,
I
does it?
mean, when does it stop? I don't think it does. Games have always gotten delays. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think this is anything new. I don't think it's ever going to stop. Even more so with what happened with Cyberpunk. I think that is
Oh
also
yeah.
putting a different lens on games being released in a bad or unplayable state. And I think that most companies are now really going to try to avoid that. So I don't think it's ever going to stop. I don't think that we can ever really just hear a game's release date and know for sure it's a firm date. Like delays can always happen. I mean, Kina just got delayed again, and it was about to
It-
be in a month, and it got delayed another month. So,
yeah, like Kino was supposed to come out the 24th of August,
hmm
as we're recording this on August 1st. It was literally supposed to come out 3 weeks from today, uh,
yep,
essentially, and they delayed it to September
yep,
21st.
yep,
Um, again, I agree with Dev. I don't think it will ever stop because
yeah,
they don't. When they announce a game's date, it's not for us; it's for shareholders generally,
yep, yep.
unless they're not a publicly traded company. But there's not really many of those in the industry.
hmm
So I don't think it stops. Does it degrade the trust in the industry? No, not really.
Yeah,
Like
I don't think so either.
I know it's a tired quote, but like that Shigeru, I don't want to fuck up his last name, but Miyamoto, I think.
Miyamoto.
Yeah, it's
hmm
like a delayed game is eventually good, but a bad game is
is always bad.
yeah. And also like okay, so it doesn't come out this year. That's fine. There's still plenty coming out. I know for
Yeah.
sure. Actually, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty fucking certain Dying Light's actually coming out because they went silent for like 2.5 years and then put a date on it, and they made it
Yep.
the last possible time it could come out in the year, on
Yep.
purpose. I'm pretty sure. So like, again, a delay could happen and that would suck, but also I'm pretty sure they're pretty fucking confident in that date. um,
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't have announced the release date for that game because I don't think they wanted a situation where like, no, we're not going to make this. Here's the game, and then we go silent for 2 more years.
Yeah.
But there's that. There's a bunch of like indie games coming out. Obviously, we'll talk about it later. But like, there's a bunch of stuff coming next year already to look forward to. But like, even still, there's stuff coming this year to still be excited for. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay,
Yeah. I don't think
Horizon.
it. Yeah, it doesn't degrade trust. You don't have to. I mean, you're
Yeah,
gonna get delays. I mean, Last of Us 2, they announced a date, and then 2 days later, like, nope, it's been delayed again. So it's like
yeah.
just
Although
you.
to be fair, that wasn't production related. That wasn't even like the game related. That was hey, production on discs can't happen. Game is
Yeah.
delayed.
So that's my point. Like you can always. There's always a chance of a delay, no matter what the game's date is. It's
Yeah,
just part of the ebb and flow of the industry. COVID makes everything a little bit more murky this year, and then Cyberpunk, people trying to avoid having that situation. And I mean, we've been complaining for years now about games coming out buggy, unfinished, needing these huge day one patches. Could you imagine a time where people just finished the game and didn't have to worry about having a huge day one patch or whatnot? They just took their time and actually finished it and released a complete product for the most part. I think we can get there if people just, aren't so beholden to dates. Personally, I don't care about delays. If a game gets delayed, it gets delayed. If it's a game I still want to play, I'm gonna play it. Like I don't really care personally.
Yeah, I will say the only game I've seen Dev complain about a delay on was Sifu. So
Yeah, I was sad. I wasn't mad about it. I want to play the game,
no,
so I was
yeah,
sad about it.
but
But
yeah,
if it comes out and it's a better game, all the better for it. I'll always have stuff to play. So I'm never really too
I
worried or
mean,
upset about game delays.
hey,
Destiny, my favorite game, gets delayed all the damn time. So
yeah, I know. Hey, also don't forget, people, we've got the third generation version of Grand Theft Auto 5 coming out later
God,
this year.
so
we it
ridiculous.
is, and we haven't seen what that game is gonna look like on
Yeah, we have.
PlayStation.
We've seen the
No,
PC version. It's gonna look just like that.
okay, but there's apparently extended content and stuff, so we haven't seen what that's gonna look like yet. And that game is that version of the game is coming out in November, apparently. So
Yeah,
that's exciting.
I
Not
cannot
really. I
believe it.
cannot believe that
It's
game has come out from PS3 and
just
360 all the way to now, and it's still
I can't
happening.
believe there's people still buying the game. Like, how do you
It's
not
always
already own this?
it's
Like,
always
it's
on like the
always
top 10 charts, and I'm just like, how?
who's still buying this game?
I don't know. But it's also like we've got the next gen version of Witcher 3, which is a free upgrade. So that's a lot of time to sink in this fall if you really want.
Mm,
And then obviously they've said the next gen version of Cyberpunk is coming as well.
yeah, I'll
So
believe that when it's here.
yes, so will I. But like plus all the like the fall releases.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know. There's plenty to get excited for this year. Also, I love how angry this Bloomberg article made Dev the other day.
man, I'm so tired of. I'm
hey,
so tired of that type of
hey,
journalism.
we will
Ugh,
talk about it when we get
God.
to we will talk about it when we get to Delvin's story.
Ugh. So our next question. This is actually what pissed me off, and the Bloomberg article just set it over the top. So Donnie asks, "How do I build my own heatsink? Do I have
Oh
to
my,
wrap my SSD in aluminum foil?" Um,
yeah, okay.
you don't build a heatsink for
You buy
one.
one, yeah,
You can buy one, and it's a couple of screws. You just put the SSD, the little M2 SSD stick, into the heatsink. It's nothing complicated, but don't even do that. Just buy one that has a heatsink already attached.
yep.
This whole PS5 internal additional hard drive thing has just, oh my god. I'm sorry, people are idiots. Y'all
Yeah,
don't
they
want to
are.
read.
I I
You
uh
don't
I
want to read at all because it's very, very simple. It's literally the exact same process of replacing the PS4's hard drive. It's
and
super simple. It's two screws.
yeah, exactly. And also, you're not replacing the original hard drive for the PS5. You're adding extra space. That's
Yeah,
it.
it's an
You're
additional slot.
yeah. Also, I loved the Terminator get thing that's like replacing the PS5 SSD, and it's just like the slot in his head, and I'm just like, oh my god.
It's oh my god. It literally is one of the simplest things to do. It
It's
doesn't
literally
even
the only
take long.
it's literally the only screw accessible when you take the cover off the top of the PlayStation.
Yeah.
If you have it right side up, if you have it underside over, you're doing it fucking wrong. But
Yeah, it's not hard. They posted a list of hard drives that are compatible. I'm sure when it actually goes live and is not just in beta, there will be an even greater list of
yeah,
drives that they'll have for you. But it is a very, very simple process. No, it's not as simple as plugging in the little stick into the back of the Xbox. It's
but
not as simple.
yeah, but
But it's a faster drive and it's more elegant because it's not sticking out the back of your system. Um,
also, fun fact. Literally, I loved that people were complaining about the price of these things, and I'm like, well, yeah, they're literally like hybrid drives. Why are you surprised that a 1 gigabyte stick is $250? Like, why are you surprised?
Yeah, that's the same. I mean, this is technology that just came out. Like the drive that they were talking about, like the Seagate Firecuda, it's not even out yet.
Yeah.
Like
So
when Cerny said the technology for these hard drives for this slot is not available, he was not lying. Like the
no.
drives were not out yet. So this is the newest generation of SSD, the Gen 4 SSDs, and yeah, they're not widely available. There's only a couple of brands that actually have them, um, and they're expensive.
Yeah,
They're gonna run anywhere from 200 to
to,
250 bucks, two
and
hundred
that's
and
all,
seventy bucks.
and that's only if you want the 1 terabyte. I love people
Yeah.
complaining about the 4 terabyte stick being $1,000, and I'm like, well, yeah, like, what
Yeah.
did you expect?
It's extremely fast memory, or not
Yeah,
memory. It's extremely fast storage. It's brand new. Um, yeah, so these things are going to be expensive for a while. And quite honestly, hard drive prices have not been dropping as rapidly. Like even the Gen 3 drives are still relatively expensive, but those drives won't work in that slot. So yeah, I wouldn't expect the prices to really come down for at least a year, maybe more. So just know that you're gonna be spending a pretty penny for a hard drive. Um, if you want to get one without a heatsink, you can probably get it for under 200 maybe. And then you can either rock it without the heatsink, or add one if you really feel the need to. But you don't have to have a heatsink. That's more of Sony trying to cover themselves. Like I have two SSDs, and neither one of them have heat sinks, and they're fine. So
yeah.
you'll be all right. So
I
no,
don't
you
know.
don't need to build your own damn heat sink. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. All right, our last question comes from Mr. Pastor Coach Ham. So he says, so today with my kids, I finished the campaign for Knack and they loved it, already wanting to play the sequel. While sometimes my kids can't handle some game mechanics, or maybe I don't have the patience to watch, it has still been a blast over the years to play Lego games, Tearaway, Minecraft, and other games. So, what have been some of your favorite couch or online co op games over the years, whether with your kids, cat, or friends? Yeah.
Uh, well, obviously, I'm not that young, but like, what's a couch co-op game? Most of them stopped being like a thing by the time I was able to like get my own console. The only one I fondly remember is like Tony Hawk's Underground 2, and like playing the localized like competitive modes with my brother. Um, but like, other than that, I've never really played couch co-op on anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'm old, so I played a lot of couch co-op. Um, so couch co-op games that I really enjoyed back in the day. I mean, GoldenEye, of course. Um, GoldenEye, Smash, Kart, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. Like those were all what I would consider, couch co-op games. Contra, Bad Dudes. Um, yeah, a lot of those type of games, like little side scroller beat 'em ups from the NES era, Super NES era. More recently, of course, would be like Destiny, Division, stuff like that. I have not really played very many games with my kids. I think the only game that I've really played with the kids has been like Minecraft Dungeons, which was a lot of fun. And then some Mario Kart 8. We've messed around a little bit with what is it? New Super Mario Brothers 2. We've played some of that. I don't particularly enjoy those games. So I'll just watch them play. I don't really want to play those games. I cannot stand platformers really. Uh, but those have been some of my favorite games right now. Like I said, the most recent favorite definitely is Destiny. That's always a blast. Ghost of Tsushima Legends was another really really fun one that me and the homies hopped into. So yeah, those have been the ones. Played a lot of couch co-op, um, and a lot of online stuff like cooperatively
Yeah, like
as well.
I played online co-op, but like this the question was like couch co-op and stuff, so
Well, we also said online was couch
oh
favorite couch co-op or online
okay. Well,
over the years.
if
Yeah.
I'm going with like an online experience, I don't know. I'd have to say anytime I got to play with Greg Miller, like I enjoyed playing Borderlands 3 with him, and you know, so
Yep. Yeah, I think we only played Borderlands 2 online like a couple of my homies. We only did it like 2 or 3 times. Like we never really, because that system was so janky, just never really worked right.
So yeah, co-op in Borderlands has always been janky. 2 was better than 1 for sure. Like 1 would consistently drop you from like your thing, even if you had a consistent like no drop in your internet like ping or anything. The game would just drop you. Like it wasn't really meant to handle that many players. Like it was meant to handle 1 because like I think Borderlands 1 only allowed 2-player co-op.
It was 4.
Now it might be, but I think at release it was only 1.
I remember playing. Well, I didn't play until we got the Game of the Year edition. We definitely played 4. So
yeah, I don't know. I'll double check that later. It's not important.
It's not important.
I'm probably wrong. All I know is that Borderlands 1 has my favorite DLC for that series, which is the Zombie Island of Dr. Ned.
Never played it.
It's very fun. It's great. Anyways, like the co-op got steadily better, and then like it's its best in 3, but like I don't know. The way that they do the co-op is weird too, because like enemies get stronger or weaker depending on how many players are in the game, which makes sense. But like if someone leaves or like drops connection, the challenge level doesn't go down.
Oh,
like
that's terrible.
If they leave intentionally, the challenge level will go down. But if they drop connection, it does not go down. It stays at the challenge level for 2 people.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, yeah.
I
don't know. Other than that, like Division's co-op, I played with like Jared and others. Noah. Like there's co-op and a bunch of things. Hell, I played Destiny co-op. I did like Vault of Glass with like the MTTG crew. So.
Yep. Yeah, my me being on the West Coast, most of our podcast people, we don't really ever link up except with Chaffee every now and again, but Chaffee goes to bed too damn early, so we can never actually play games.
Hey, I mean, you ever want to multiplayer something that comes out soon? Like, just let me know because I'm usually up. So,
only multiplayer stuff I've been playing lately has been Ghost of Tsushima Legends and Destiny. Everything else lately, I've been like on this serious like single player. Leave me the hell alone.
I mean, like if you want to co-op Far Cry or something like that, just
hell no, I can't stand the co-op in Far Cry.
So here's my favorite thing about the Far Cry co-op, which I don't understand. So obviously everyone knows that I like to hunt trophies. Hi, you advertise your entire game as being co-op friendly, but you play the game in co-op, no achievements for you. They all say single player only. What the fuck is the point?
For people who want to play together who aren't hunting trophies. Like there's a whole subset of those people who just want to play a game together but aren't really necessarily worried about trophies.
It's ridiculous though. Like Far Cry 4 started the co-op thing and like you could only do it in specific sections. Right? Like you couldn't co-op the whole campaign. There were co-op specific activities you could do. But then they were like, yeah, you could co-op the whole campaign in 5. Oh, but if you want trophies, you gotta play alone. All right.
I got nothing. Well, that's going to do it for our questions. Thank you guys so much. Keep them coming. We definitely enjoy them. They always add a nice little something extra to the show. So thank you for your questions.
Sorry we didn't get Delvin's usual flair with these questions.
Yeah, Delvin definitely would have had a little bit of extra to throw on top of all of them.
Yeah.
But he ain't here because daughters. Michael's terrible place.
I hate Michael's. Like I hate stepping into that store.
My wife loves Michael's. It's one of her favorite places.
I hate that store. It's right beside the Brick. It's awful.
I'm not a fan.
For anyone,
not a fan at all.
For anyone who doesn't know what the Brick is, it's a furniture store.
Yeah, I've never heard of the Brick half. All right, well, let's get into the news, starting with what you got for us, Haley.
Alrighty. So technically, this story isn't really about the delay, but yeah, let's start with the fact that Stray is now delayed to early 2022, which I kind of figured because they said this game was late 2021, but then Until Thursday, we saw nothing from this game
Yeah.
except the original trailers. So, but yeah, so Annapurna Interactive had their showcase on Thursday, and showcased the new 4-minute gameplay trailer, where you do cat things and explore the world and meet robots who look very excited to see you. I don't know. I'm excited for this game because you play as a cat. So
Yeah. It looks
but
cool.
yeah, like I don't know. I'm excited. Early 2022. So anytime between January and April.
Yeah.
And it's exciting. I can't really go into detail because I haven't watched the 4-minute gameplay trailer. I will be later because
I watched it. I watched the whole showcase.
I'm watching Isla Hink from Easy Allies reaction video on the showcase, but I didn't have time to finish it before we started recording. So
yeah, I just watched the regular showcase. No reaction videos here, but I mean, it's a cool little game. It looks interesting. Not for me, but it looks cool. Most of their showcase are games I'm not interested in, but a lot of pretty cool games that I think people are really gonna enjoy.
Neon White, I think it was. That game looked interesting.
Yeah, and I think it's only like Switch and PC, which I was also surprised about.
I was very surprised about that. But that game looks cool. Artful Escape is what the fuck is going on there? I got no clue.
Yeah, that's a Donnie game. Donnie's very excited about the Artful Escape. I'm just like, no, thank you, please, no.
And Annapurna's got a little something for everybody.
Solar Ash was probably the only thing that maybe had me a little bit interested, but I have no idea what the combat is in that. So I'm like, until you show me what the combat is, I don't want no parts of this.
Is there combat in it? It looks like it's just like an on rails grinder. Honestly, and I don't mean
no idea.
And I don't mean like a linear path where like you can't move left or right. I mean like it looks like you're grinding along the environment. I don't know that there's.
If there's no combat, I want no parts. I need to beat things up in games.
It's like when people are like, "Oh, who's excited for Jet the Far Shore?" I'm like, I don't know anyone who's excited for Jet the Far Shore.
Yeah,
I'm sure there are people who are excited for it, but certainly not me.
Yeah, Annapurna is not a developer for your boy. Not my thing, but all the games look nice. All the games look nice. They look polished. They look like it's going to be a nice little departure from like your big AAA stuff. I think they've got a lot of good stuff there. I know a lot of people are really excited for the Outer Wilds expansion. Yep. So
also, I love that one of the developers was like, "So yes, I worked on the Outer Wilds DLC while working on the Outer Worlds DLC. I am chaos incarnate."
That's funny.
Because people, I guess, always get the two confused. So,
Indeed. But yeah, so Stray 2022, another game delayed out of 2021. No surprises there. Games that release in 2021, we should be praising because they actually made it. It shouldn't be any surprises for things that get pushed out. It should be like, holy shit, you made it in 2021.
I mean,
hats off to you.
Paris Lilly said it best. Like, this is a year of the backlog. So.
Absolutely. And boy, oh boy, do I have one of those that I'm not even trying to get into. So yeah, Stray will be here in 2022 for all of you people who want to play as a cat.
Hell
it's
yeah.
a weird dystopian future.
Are you going to play it?
No, I'm not playing that game. I want to play as a damn cat.
Damn, you don't want to play as a cat doing cat things?
Absolutely not. No.
Nah, Dev doesn't want to be a cat. Damn.
No, not at all. I mean, I would like a cat. I'm a fan of cats. Do I want to play a game as a cat?
Oh, you're a fan of cats? This cat's gonna hate me in a second.
I like cats, but my wife, she likes to pretend that she's allergic to cats.
Hi,
she's not a fan.
It's the other cat.
Hi, cat. Cat.
His name is Blue.
Hey, Blue. Yeah, I'm not. I want a cat. My wife is not having it, so we'll never have a cat ever in life.
Damn. What about a dog?
We had a dog. We had to get rid of it because we moved somewhere where we weren't allowed to have pets. But my kids really want a dog. I don't want anything else that I have to take care of at this point. I don't want to feed. I don't want to walk. My kids are enough. I don't want to take care of anything else. So
That's
I
fair.
probably won't be getting a dog anytime soon. Not until the kids are old enough to actually take care of it themselves. So
See, now he doesn't know where to lie down because I picked him up. So,
he'll figure it out. Cats always
well,
do.
I
Or
mean,
he'll just knock something over.
he's kind of been lost ever since Soot passed away.
Oh,
So,
that's unfortunate.
so.
All right, so our next story. Damn you, Delvin. You just had to put this in here.
I love that he updated his story even though he wasn't going to be on the show, and he specifically went with the story he knew was going to piss you off.
And title it is, oh boy, here we go again. Like, you son of a... So yeah, what was it? 2 days ago, I think.
It was
Jason
Friday.
Schreier. Oh, it was Friday? Why did I
Yeah.
think it was Thursday?
I mean, to be fair, it's
No,
Sunday,
you're
so
right. It was Friday.
technically
2 days
Friday
ago.
is 2 days ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So yeah, Jason Schreier posted an article saying that PlayStation video game Horizon West has been delayed to 2022. While this should come as no shock to anyone, um, as they said, we're aiming for 2021, but you know we cannot guarantee. And this is why we don't have a date. We don't have a window for when it may release. We're aiming for 2021. So if it slips to 2022, it shouldn't be any huge surprise. Sony has yet to comment or say anything. I guess it was first reported by Jeff Grubb that he is hearing that it's going to be delayed, and then your boy Jason Schreier does the Jason Schreier thing and comes out and says he's got very, reliable sources. Always fucking sources. I'm so tired of sources. I'm tired of sources.
How I just have to ask, how are you tired of protecting people from being fired?
Shut the fuck up. Real simple. Just shut the fuck up. If you ain't supposed to be saying that, shut up. It's that simple. Like, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of sources. I'm tired of leaks. I'm tired of all the nonsense. All right, I'm over it. I'm just over it.
There are things called anti-retaliation and shit, and so that's what sources are for.
Oh,
That's
I get it.
You don't name your sources so that people
I
don't
get
go
it.
and harass
Don't be
the
a
shit
source.
out of them.
Don't be a source. Stop leaking stuff. Damn it. Anyway, so yeah, he's got his very reliable sources that say that it's been delayed to 2022. But again, it's really weird that Sony hasn't said anything. And so Sony is screwed.
I don't think they will.
I don't think they will either, which just makes everything worse.
It just
which is
fuels the
another
fire.
reason why I'm upset at this article. It's like, dude, especially if they had something planned to address it.
Yeah.
So
probably.
because he also says that I guess Jeff Grubb also said that they had planned a state of play in September to formally talk about the delay and whatever they have planned. So now not only does this article come out and it either forces Sony's hand to say something early when they didn't want to and maybe had something planned around the delay of it, why they were doing it, who knows, maybe releasing a patch for freaking Horizon Zero Dawn to tide you over while you're waiting for Horizon Zero Dawn 2. But whatever their plans are now get completely thrown to the fire because this stuff gets leaked out and, Jason Schreier wants to say I've got reportable sources and he's saying it is delayed. Not even reported that it might be delayed or that I'm hearing. It's just in stone. It's being delayed. So Sony either has to shut up, which is going to piss people off, or they just hold to their guns and just wait. And if they have an announcement plan, they sit on that. So either way, you're just kind of stoking a fire that didn't need to be stoked. You have people that are still going to hold out hope saying, okay, Sony's not saying anything. Maybe it's still coming. And then those people get upset because they're holding on to this hope that thing gets dashed. It's just, this doesn't do anything positive for anybody.
So let's be real here. Real talk. Yeah, the game is delayed. There's no way. There's no way that it's not. Jason Schreier my issues with him aside, is too reliable of a reporter to do that. The problem is like Dev said, there are now people, and I have actually seen them under replies to people talking about it being delayed. Going, oh, that's been confirmed? I'm like, yeah, Jason Schreier said it. It's confirmed. He's not talking out his ass. He knows what he's talking about. Like, the game is delayed. It's not coming out this year. Okay.
Yeah.
But you've got Sony who won't say anything because either they weren't ready to, and they had something planned to talk about it when it was getting delayed, or they're just going to stick to their guns and just not say anything, which is going to piss people off more. On top of people being pissed off and feeling lied to about, the M2 thing. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
why? They didn't lie. They told you it would be ready and that it was likely going to be expensive.
Yeah. So this just, like I said, it stokes a fire that didn't need to be even stoked. You could have easily just waited. I don't see what breaking this news really does for anybody. Like, it's one of those things that could have easily just, if they have, especially if they have something planned for it, let them tell it in their own time. Let them make their big deal out of whatever they're doing around it. Give us more about the game, give us whatever they have planned, but just for like this, it just creates more frustration and anger in gamers that didn't need to be there.
Yeah, I
So like that's
also
that's my issue. I don't care that the game is delayed. It's just the way stuff gets reported sometimes just really it's just like, we didn't need to do this. We
I
didn't need
like
this at
that
all.
this spawned memes of people going, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be Horizon versus Breath of the Wild in 2022 again," and I'm like, "Yeah, no, that's not happening because even Nintendo said they're aiming for 2022. They don't know that Breath of the Wild is coming out in
Yeah.
22." So
Yeah.
I even saw Donnie, Mister Eat the Hype himself, say, "If anything, Breath of the Wild is coming out in the fall if it makes 2022," and Nintendo is not even sure of that. So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
no one wants the sequel to Breath of the Wild more that I know of than Donnie and Rebecca. And even Donnie was like, they don't even know it's coming out next year, so stop with the memes.
Yep. We shall see what happens. But yeah, I'm sure Sony will announce it at some point, or they'll just be silent. We'll wait and see. But all things point to the game being delayed until 2022, and we'll wait to hear more.
I don't know. I would not be surprised since it's again like more than 90% confirmed this game is delayed. Like Sony hasn't said anything, but Jason Schreier is not one to talk out of his ass. Like the amount of times Jason Schreier has posted something and it's been false is maybe like 3.
Yeah. So
So, but also like I would not be surprised for Sony to make the release date the 5-year anniversary of the first one.
yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised either. I'm just more excited for the details surrounding, what and if whatever their plans are. Like I really would like a 60 frames per second patch for Horizon Zero Dawn, please, for PS5. Just
I would
please.
honestly not be surprised to see a pre-order bonus for Horizon Forbidden West to be a PS5 upgrade for Horizon Zero
Yeah,
Dawn.
that would be nice. That would be real nice. Real, real nice. All right, our next story. PlayStation 5 has sold 10 million units. So the PS5 is now sold through 10 million PS5 consoles. That's up more than 2 million sales from the 7.8 million Sony previously revealed in April. So these things are selling out like hotcakes, even though apparently nobody can get their hands on them. So
I'm having the same issue getting my hands on the Series X now. So
uh, yeah, but I mean, it's pretty awesome that they've actually been able to sell through that many. They also had a couple of other stats in there. That Spider-Man as Miles Morales has sold more than 6.5 million copies since its launch. Ratchet and Clank has sold 1.1. And then things that people were really surprised about was Returnal has only sold 56 or 560,000 copies. That
I
didn't
don't know.
surprise me.
No, it didn't. I don't know why people are surprised that a roguelike game from Housemarque,
Hmm.
which there's nothing wrong with Housemarque, great developers. Returnal, great game. But
Yeah.
I am not surprised that a roguelike only sold 500,000 copies
Yeah.
because it is not a very popular genre, much to, not,
It's a niche. It's a very niche
yeah,
category. I think people were just like, "Oh my god, this is your big, like, this is a big
$70 game.
exclusive $70 game, and it's only
Yeah.
sold." But I mean, Housemarque Studio isn't that large, and again, they're a very, very niche category of game.
Also,
So it's
also,
no surprise. This is
I
actually pretty good.
yeah, I also don't think that Sony cares that it only sold 500. I think Sony's just happy it sold at all.
Yeah, I think 500,000 is actually probably good for them. They were like with their last game, I think it was Next Machina, they were like arcade is dead. So they're not even going to make these types of games anymore because they just don't sell. So Returnal is something different. It's something new. I think a lot of people are like kind of on a wait and see thing. Like, should I play this? Should I not play this? I don't know. So I really think that it's one of those things where it's just so niche. But the fact that it actually sold 500,000 copies is actually probably really good for them. I have no idea what their sales goals were, but I feel like that's pretty good. So half the amount of people that played Ratchet and Clank played Returnal. I think that's also good.
Yeah. Do they have Demon Souls numbers there? I don't know.
They didn't have Demon Souls numbers. They just announced the Spider-Man, Ratchet, and Returnal. Those were the only numbers. But either way, gaming right now is just it's
Oh
doing
yeah.
well. Gaming is great. This is a great year for games. We have lots of games and consoles are selling, even though everybody always wants to say console is dead, it's gonna die. Clearly, it's not going anywhere. Clearly, people still want to buy little boxes to play their video games on.
Also, I don't think it should shock anyone that like consoles are alive and well, and disc-based consoles are alive and well because you literally cannot find them.
People like to have physical media. We as humans like tangible things. We want things we can touch and feel.
Oh, also,
So
Delvin's not here, but just specifically, I am now very glad that I bought the disc model because I did originally want the digital only model. But shout out to Delvin for like the third week in a row for spotting a me ass tweet in the middle of the week and letting me know that the Smallville 20th anniversary first time on Blu-ray collection was announced, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And then I was like, "Wait, what are the odds this thing's $400?" But then actually, I found out it's only gonna be $209 here, so that's not even that bad.
Yeah,
for 10 seasons, of which the original 5 were never on Blu-ray. So
I'm just saying that's a lot of money for TV
for 218 episodes. 48 hours of special features. I don't think that's a lot of money at all.
It's too much.
Dev, the 8-season collection of Arrow on Blu-ray is more than that. Just
that's
so we're clear.
Stupid. That makes no sense. None whatsoever.
I don't know. Shout out to Delvin though for knowing when to spot a tweet that is totally me.
Yep. Good job, Delvin. Good job. All right, so our final story and topic of the show. The PS5 had a system software beta that has gone, or system software that has gone into beta. It's 2.0, blah, 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 blah. But it has enabled the SSD storage. It has enabled vertical trophy list, the trophy tracker, control center customization, and all kind of things. So anybody who was lucky enough to get into this beta, if you are having storage issues, which I know a lot of the influencers and reviewers and people were, you can now throw an SSD into that expansion bay. It's literally just a couple of screws.
I am literally mad I did not get into this beta. Not because I want the storage space. I've been fine with storage. Also, I'm not currently fixing to spend money I could spend on a Series X on space to put in the PS5. I will wait for that. But the vertical trophy list and being able to reorganize the control bar. Contrary to popular belief, I will not be moving the power icon because that's one of the things people were complaining about. I don't know why. It was literally one extra button push, but whatever. And 3D audio for the TV speakers. So,
yeah, pretty cool beta. And there's always a couple of extra things that end up coming with the system software that typically isn't in the beta. But I think the SSD, the vertical trophies, and being able to move around some of that control center stuff, people are really excited about. And also, the 3D audio coming to speakers or TVs is huge. I think people are really excited about that. It did, of course, cause a kerfluffle, like I alluded to earlier with the whole SSD. They gave you a small list of them. It has to be a Gen 4 SSD. Get one with the heatsink on it to save yourself the trouble or even have to worry about it. They also gave you the dimensions and drives that actually fit in the bay because some of them will have a heatsink that is going to be too tall to fit in the slot. So they have a small list of them. And I'm sure for all you YouTube generation kids, you'll be able to look up a video and it'll tell you all the things you need to know.
I love that Western Digital decided to promote themselves with an image of a PS5 going, here you go.
Yeah. I mean, it's genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a drive that fits, and Mark certainly was like, "This is the one I'm buying." So if you really have it, if you just want to be safe, just buy the one that Mark Cerny recommends. That
I
just
just
makes the
I,
most sense, right?
I just want to know what Mark Cerny's doing with all the pictures of the ears he got sent. So
Was there even a sign up to send pictures of ears yet?
no, he asked you to tweet them at him on Twitter. So I want to know
Oh,
what the
I
hell
don't
he did.
follow him on Twitter, so I
I
didn't know
want
that.
I want to know what he did with all the pictures of ears.
Yeah, I don't want to. But yeah, so we have a beta. I'm not in it. I'm sad that I'm not in it, mainly because I just like to try new stuff. I just
Yeah.
want to see all the things. But this has caused a lot of internet just frustration.
Oh, I
Internet
bet.
being the internet.
I
But
mean, I think again, the Terminator image was funny. The deep fried image of Marty from Home Alone 2. I saw one of Pepper Potts pulling the arc reactor out of Tony's chest in the first Iron Man. Just a bunch of like fucking great memes
Lord.
came out of it, but like it's not that hard, people, to change to add this. You literally
Yeah.
unscrew. You take the plastic thing off, which requires no screws at all.
And it slides off very, very easily. Easier
Yes,
than most people think it does. It
yeah,
just slides right off.
and then all you have to do is unscrew one screw, put the drive in, put
It's
the
two
little.
screws. You
Oh,
take
okay.
off it's two screws. So the screw for the cover, and then the screw that holds the M2 in place. So there's a screw that based on the length, there's like 3 or 4 different slots because there are several lengths of M2 drives. So you take that screw out, put the drive in, and then screw it down and screw the top on. So it's two screws and the
Okay,
cover sliding off. It's
yeah,
very,
two screws.
very simple.
The only thing
Literally.
is you have to make sure the PlayStation is entirely unplugged when you do it. So
Yeah. 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 But it's the same process as like the
I know.
PS4. You slid off the little top cover, you slid out the bay, took the drive out the bay, put it back in, close it up. Like it was the exact. It's literally the same process.
Also,
It's
in
not
case
hard.
people are worried, this does not void your warranty. It's literally on the box and in the instruction manual.
Yeah. Yeah.
Adding this drive does not void your warranty. It
Yeah.
is not like replacing the PS4's hard drive. It
Yep.
like you are not voiding your warranty by using this slot. So do not worry about that. The people had real worries about that with the PS4 because they told you take the original hard drive out, you void the warranty. You are not voiding the warranty by putting an M2 drive in your thing. However, Sony, like Dev said, is covering their bases by advising you to put a heatsink on your M2 drive, just
Or
because they're
buy one
not.
that has it.
Yes, because they're not sure how the heat's gonna dissipate. They just want to make sure everything is fine. That's why this is in beta and not just going live to the general public.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. 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 I'm pretty sure they have an idea of what that heat is, and that's why they recommend the heat sink. Just and quite honestly, like it's not like the drive is gonna overheat or anything like that.
No.
It's just being cool gives you better performance. When
Also,
things heat up, they slow down.
I know one of the Insomniac developers came out and said that like the Western Digital drive and whatnot causes no slowdown on Ratchet. So
Yeah, I don't think very many games will slow down, mainly because like the games that are built to take advantage of the hard drive speed will be fine on this drive. Like you can have one of these drives in your PC and it not make a lick of difference because the games aren't optimized for it in that way. But I think everything that's a native PS5 game is optimized for this type of storage, and you won't see any real difference at all by
yeah,
playing your PS5 games on this particular drive. So very exciting times. I assume that this system software will probably be live in about a month and a
yeah,
half.
that's usually how long the betas are. It'll probably be live around
Yeah.
the launch of Deathloop.
Yeah. Very excited to see more so the trophy stuff because I don't plan on buying an SSD
Actually,
anytime soon.
here, Dev, I will actually link that to you right now. What it
Well, I've
looks like.
seen it.
Okay.
I've seen it. I'm just excited to see it for myself. Like
Okay.
seeing stuff online and videos is cool, but I want to play with it myself. So I'm excited for that because this horizontal trophies is stupid. It's just stupid.
So this is my favorite thing. I saw people going, "Well, why would they change it back?" I'm like, "How? Well, maybe because they actually listened to trophy hunters." And so horizontal was nice, like it was a clean look. But the problem was is that for most trophies, because you know, I'm using Alan Wake as an example. Alan Wake is one of the only games I've seen where the description changes after you unlock the achievement. Okay?
Mm,
With an Alan Wake achievement, you don't need the whole box because the thing will change, right? But for a game like Ratchet, where some of the descriptions are long because they're jokes, they're like literal jokes on how to unlock the trophy. You could not read the whole description of the
yeah,
trophy on the horizontal slide. With the vertical list, you can read more information on how to unlock a trophy.
yeah, yeah. So I'm excited for that because this horizontal stuff, while it kind of looks clean, it's more of a burden than
Also,
anything
it
else.
made no sense for the trophies to be vertical after, like, I'm using Valhalla here as an example because I was playing it last night. When you look at the trophy list now, the expansion packs for that game are listed in the trophy list vertically, but you click on one and it goes horizontal. No
Yeah,
fucking sense.
I think it's just the design, the UI, everything is horizontal. So I think that's what they wanted to go with was because everything else is horizontal. I think they just kind of wanted to stick with that, and that's probably why they are horizontal. But
Oh,
bring back my vertical trophy list
yeah. I
because
mean,
it's done.
clearly they're listening because it's
Yeah,
coming.
yep.
So
So
very
cool.
excited for that.
Now we just need that 1440p support for all my
I,
monitor brethren.
like I said, I will be surprised if that actually sees the light of day.
I think it will. I just think it'll be a while. It'll take a little bit longer, but I think they will eventually do that. I just don't think it's a high priority thing. Just because you still have way more people plugging these things into TVs than you do monitors.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think that it's high up on the list of priorities, but I do think it will eventually come.
I'm excited to see what comes of this in the beta. I don't know. I'm mad I didn't get into it. I've been in one of the betas before, and it was an
I've been in a
alright
lot
time.
of them. I was surprised I didn't get into this one.
And
This has
then
been the first one that I really wanted to
I
get into that I
I'm
did
not
not get into.
calling one of our members out. Like Grady got in the beta, but he only wanted to be in the beta to see if they had
1440p support.
1440p. Yeah,
Yeah.
and nope. So,
Yeah.
so
Uh,
like, but Dev and I, no luck.
yeah. Yep. Well, it's been a week, and that's gonna do it for episode 94 of the PlayStation Experience. We hoped you guys enjoyed yourself. Please feel free to holler at us and give us a follow over on the Twitters at PlayStation XP. Stop by the blog at psvg.blog or the Discord at psvg.blog/discord and join us in our shenanigans there. Last but not least, we invite you to be a part of our Patreon over at patreon.com/PSVG. And if you enjoy our content here, there is much more to be had for an additional $3 a month. With that in mind, we'd like to give a special shout out and thank you to our patrons at the producer level. Mr. Michael Masick, Edwin Callow, Stephen Keller, Nick Creature, Ben Moxham, Nick Fall Harbor, Paul Calicote, Kyle Heyman, myself, Josh the Bones Harboni, RJ Kern, Horse Girls 69, Zach Adams, and Joe Wilson. Thank you guys for joining us in the journey that is PSVG. And with that in mind, let the people know where they can find you, Haley.
You can find me over on Twitter at Shepard Zarel. You can find me on your game platform of choice at Haley Zarel. You can find me at twitch.tv/Haley Zarel. Again, I still don't know if streaming is going to be a possibility. But I'll advertise it nonetheless. Before I get to my usual jokes about Tumblr, I also guested on an episode of Press YYZ this week. This past week, talking about microtransactions and how they could be improved for the industry. So that's fun. You can find that on the Press YYZ YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts under Press YYZ. You can also follow me on Tumblr if you're interested in the shenanigans there, where I want to kick Jared Padalecki's ass. So, for reference, that is the man who played Sam Winchester in Supernatural. And dude just decided to be an absolute freak on Twitter this week, and so now all of Tumblr is mocking him. And I would like to find some bleach for my eyes. So,
Wow.
for
Okay.
reference, as best as I can describe this, he made a joke about his wife touching a spot on his back, but he decided to end the tweet with DI and then added a second tweet underneath it to
Oh.
say, yeah. So I would like some eye bleach, because obviously when you end a tweet like that, most people are going to jump to a certain a certain set of letters after that, and not what you thought it was. Which, yeah, so.
All right, that's something.
And before I get a cease and desist from Padalecki's lawyers.
Yikes. You can find Delvin over at Delvin_Cox at Twitter.com if you want to follow him and the Delvin Cox experience on all your podcast listening devices. And you can find me at Dad Ninja Dev pretty much everywhere. Free field to follow, start a conversation, come banter with me in the Discord or whatnot. However you want to do it.
How was Black Widow? I don't think you ever talked about that. Did you finish it?
Oh, yeah. I finished it last night. It was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. So Black Widow was fantastic. I enjoyed the hell out that movie. But yeah, that's going to do it here. And with that, long live play.
PlayStation